Alright, everybody. So, here in this one, I'm just going to go ahead and set the focus on this thing here. To me, as I am playing Urgot in this matchup. Let's see if I can get this thing to pull up all of the different information.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
There we go. There's some. I haven't utilized this system a whole lot, so. I want to maintain it on me. All right.
Minions have spawned.
Scoreboard. There we go. That's what we want right there. Urgot. Alright, so I'm top lane Urgot. I do play Urgot a lot. So I've gotten fairly decent at him, and my matchup today is going to be against a Mordekaiser. Now keep in mind that this Mordekaiser actually picked into me, so he knew that I was going to be in the lane against him, and he decided that he would be an acceptable counter against me. And honestly, I'm really not sure why he would have thought that, because Mordekaiser is really not a good, if you know how to play against Mordekaiser, he's really not that good of a counter against Urgot. But this one was a decent Mordekaiser at first. Like, he hits me with a lot of his Qs, which, you know, that's what I don't want. I don't want him landing his poke on me. As you can see, he lands that fair amount. And that's aggravating, because I want to get in and try and poke him down into the point where I can grab it and throw him and finish him. This game won't be super long. You see me sitting again. And I was really slow on my E. Normally when he goes to grab me there, I'll pop my E and jump away. Instead, I was really slow on doing it. I took a lot of poke from him. Now, he pushed really hard into my minions, as you can see, and man, he took a lot of damage from my minions, as well as my autocannon on the way out. But he's still hitting me with his Q, and I'm actually getting a little bit agitated that I keep walking into it. So yeah, with Urgot, anytime Mordekaiser here goes to do his pull, you can go ahead and start your jump away immediately, and it'll pull you back a little bit, but then your jump away will pull you right back out of range of him, and you won't take any Q damage or any of his shield damage, which is extremely key, really. And it allows you to take almost no poke from him, and then turn around and deal poke back. So I just want to avoid those two damage things while I sit here and farm up. I typically don't want to fight Mordekaiser until I'm at least level 6 and have my ultimate available, but ideally level 9, because you'll see how I level up my items. Or my spells. I always go with my W first, because at level 9 it'll max out. And that's the most ideal situation for me, because then my autocannon can just go whenever I want it to. It never resets. But I'm actually, at this point in the game, I'm getting a little bit agitated, because I'm not normally this, with myself that is, I'm not normally this low on health this early against Mord, but he can't hit me with his Q. I mean, like that right there. You see how I avoided? He gets his pull, but I'm out of range of his Q before he can land it. So just small things that help you sustain against him. He's using his abilities. And if I'd have had better health there, then I could have gone back up and poked him. And the next thing that you want to keep in mind, you can see the buy come up, but it's warded. He's seen it, and he pulled back. The next thing that you want to keep in mind is if you can dodge his pull, and then of course his Q smash comes right after, he's utilized 2 of his abilities. That now allows you to instantly run over there and toss him in and proceed to damage him hard. And that's what I'm going to look for first and foremost. I want to dodge his E, and then go after him. I probably don't want to do it right now, being half health. So at this point, I'm waiting for him to hit level 6, and then I'm just going to go ahead and book it out. I don't even want to bother. But like, my farming was subpar at this point. Like, I'm not last hitting as well as I'd like to, and I'm taking too much Q damage, which is just aggravating me. But we're 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes into the game. Nobody's died yet, so my team's at least doing well on that in that regard. But the game is going to blow open here pretty soon. It's going to get a little bit crazy, a little bit wild. You can see I didn't take any damage from his Q there. Like, it doesn't show the shield, but the shield popped up at the same time that he landed his Q. So my health never does go down. That's ideal. I mean, it just negates his poke. And then I hit 6. I realized he was 6. I went ahead and hit base. I'm not going to stick it out and risk myself. So I ended up getting the first part of my the Kindle Gem, the first part of my Black Cleaver, and I had enough gold to go ahead and add a set of boots. So I went ahead and did that way to give me a little bit more health to deal with this Mordekaiser. And he's very, very aggressive now. He thinks he's got me on the back foot. He's got me beat because he's been landing so many Qs. And he doesn't realize that I'm going to be a lot more aggressive now that I'm back up to full health. So now I just start working at dodging his stuff. And I'll look for my opportunity to be able to go after him. I've got him by 4 CS right now. It's not a massive amount. He's going to go ahead and go back. And when I realize he goes back, now I want to go ahead and push the farm. And we'll see how long it takes me to think about the fact that he's gone back, and I should go ahead and shove it. He hasn't actually gone back yet. I missed my jump. You see what I was looking for, though. I wanted to toss him right there and land the damage. I missed my jump. He was just a little bit out of my range by that time. But I did land a Q, and I'll go ahead and get a poke in on him. I just want to tag his health down a little bit. Because at some point, he's going to look to bring me into his ult, typically. Mordekaiser won't, because I can't escape him. And I want his health low enough by that point where once I get into the ult, I can sit there and do enough damage that I can land my ult and just end it. So far, Soraka's got 2 of our kills. Cho'Gath makes his appearance, but I seen him coming. Yeah, I burned my flash, but that's better than taking too much damage in this lane right now. I don't want to have to lose lane. I still don't have the farm lead that I'm accustomed to having over a champ like Mordekaiser this early. So that's a little bit aggravating, especially he hasn't gone back yet. And now I'm not sure if Cho'Gath is hanging around or not, so I decide, yeah, I don't think I'm going to risk myself and push yet. So here's Cho'Gath, or Mordekaiser. I'll go ahead and land my slow on him, say hello. Dodge his abilities, and then land a little bit of poke. And this game will end up going a little bit faster than what it looks like right now. Like, I'm 9 minutes in, I don't even have a kill yet, which is very uncharacteristic of me. But with a champ like Mordekaiser, I just have to take what's given to me as it comes. Misses again. And I got a decent amount of farm. That'll put me up to a 13 CS lead on him. I decided to go ahead and go after him. Yep. I missed my slow, which kind of sucks. But I did enough poke on him, I was happy. And that's all it takes. Just slowly chew him up a little bit. Don't let the minions get too far into the tower here. I want to be able to take them. Vi's going to come up. This is going to be key, because I'm able to hit a slow here. So the whole goal of that is to slow him, right? But then on top of that, it's also to make sure that when he is low health enough, I can go ahead and finish him. And you can see he tries to ult the Vi to get away from me, but it doesn't save him from my ulti. I literally yank him right back out of his spirit realm. So I got a kill on him. I've got almost 20 farm on him now, so we're starting to get the advantage that we want. When I go back here, I should go ahead and get the other piece for the Black Cleaver, which is going to be the... No, actually, I go with the magic resist boots and then get a couple of other pieces towards the Black Cleaver, towards the mallet that I'm going to want. I went ahead and rushed my boots. A lot of times I won't do that, but when I'm facing a champ that's hitting a lot of his damaging abilities, like that Q he's hitting on me, I want to go ahead and remove some of that damage that he's been doing to me. So they have an advantage over us. Zed has gotten our Lux a couple of times, who I actually duel with. He was kicking himself a little bit for that, but he was definitely having a little bit of a tough time in lane against that Zed. And the Cho has gotten himself a good kill as well. You see how much less damage it seems like it took off of me with him landing his pull. And it's something I'm alright with. Like, I can survive through that kind of damage, no big deal. I've got a couple health pots. Terrible, absolutely bad on my last hit there. A little slow on my dodging of his Q there as well. So I'm not playing very good at this point. I'm actually telling my buddy in chat, like, I am playing like crap right now. Like, I'm not avoiding his stuff. I'm not last hitting well. Like, I'm really unhappy with the way things are going. Got his Q out. I'm gonna go ahead and yank him now. This is what I was looking for right here. And he's done. Go ahead and run back to your face. I missed my ulti because of his flash. It was a good flash, but that's alright. I've sent him packing. And the only way that a player would stick around at this point like he is if he's being stupid. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's being stupid and sticking around when he really shouldn't be. So, what happens next is all on him. I'm out. I got Cho'Gath after me. No, we don't want him landing that. And I get really nervous here. I'm like, I am so dead. He's got me. But I land the E at the right time, and I managed to make it away. And then you're going to see Zed pop his head up. I'm going to go down here to try and do my recall. Zed comes looking. There he is on the mini-map. He comes looking. I decided I didn't like where I was at that point, and I'm like, yeah, we'll go ahead and pull down a little further. Our Jinx got themselves a couple of kills now, so between myself and Jinx, and Lux is doing okay on farm, we're starting to pick up some kills that we need to have, and we have a little bit of a gold advantage, not much. Go ahead and get back up into lane. Now I've got my mallet, as you can see, or the phage. I call it a mallet. And I've got the Kindlekin. Those are the two items I need for the Black Cleaver, which is typically the very first thing I build on Urgot. And I've got my level 2 boots. And then I always like to get a pink down there. And I got a couple of pots just in case I take some unnecessary damage. I won't sell my Doran's Blade until I just need to. for space or the extra gold to finish off an item. Cho'Gath, he's going to walk right into me. Not ideal for Cho'Gath. That's going to end up costing him his life and the fear right here on Mordekaiser. So he's going to end up going bye-bye. And I'll pick up a couple of more kills right there. I'm not entirely sure why I could see him. He had ulted Jinx there, so you can see I couldn't do damage to him, right? I'm not entirely sure why I could continue to see him. Like, normally you just see the orbs notating where they are. He would be red and Jinx would be blue. But I think because he ulted while I was tossing him, some sort of mistake happened in you know, some sort of glitch, some sort of bug. So I could still see him, I just couldn't hit him. He's a level behind, he's 4 kills behind, and almost 40 CS behind. So he's a really long way behind. And oddly, he built magic resist boots. I'm not sure why. I don't know what the purpose of that build is. It's not going to help him a whole lot against me. And I'm going to go ahead and pull back in. I get it. He's going to go get my ward. But I want to have space to chase him. Lux teleported up. She's going to help gank here. She does not do a very good job. As you can see, she misses everything. I'm not going to land even close to what I wanted on him. I was very unhappy with that exchange. I'm like, Lux, you have to hit those. You can't miss on those.
Down.
I would have tower dove him right there if I would have landed the toss. Because of the shield that I have, I'm just able to do that. Like, I'm not too worried. Between Lux's shield and my shield, I can sit there and tank probably 3 tower hits fairly easily. Tower diving and Mordekaiser is really not going to be a problem. That's going to go ahead and cost him his tower, which is going to create all sorts of pressure issues for them, having a fed Urgot, being able to either roam or continue to push that tier 2. Go ahead and head on down to mid here. Hit that. We'll go ahead and head on down to mid here and join the fight. I'm looking to see if I can kill somebody off the back end as they pull away from the tier 1 tower. I'm hoping that one of them will get poked enough that I can come in through the backside here. If I recall correctly, I don't think it actually happens, and I get a little bored, and I'm like, all right, we're going to go find somebody else to fight. So I'm looking for Cho'Gath, hoping maybe he'll come over here looking to pick something up in his own jungle.
Shut down.
He doesn't show up in the timeline that I'm happy with, so well, let's go on back down here to the mid lane. It's too much sitting. Probably shouldn't have sat that long. This is Cho'Gath. I don't hit the one that I wanted to hit with it. I'm like, ah, crap. Oh well. That ulti's gone. Just let it go. Come down here and get involved into the ult. Mordekaiser. I'm gonna do some blocking. I'm not gonna let it hit the ultis that he wants to hit. Urgot's biggest downside typically is where they land the CC on him, like the stuns and all of that, knockups. That's typically his biggest downfall. If I can't move and hit with my shotgun legs, then I'm just going to end up getting crushed. And they miss a lot here. So as you can see, we're going to go ahead and crush him, get a couple of kills picked up. I'm looking to get the tower, but now I'll start telling them, y'all need to back off that tower, you're taking damage. show himself. I'm not really worried about what kind of damage he can do. Most of the time, I'm not going to help out a whole lot in a situation like that with Dragon. I'd rather sit back a little bit and be able to help out in the event of someone coming down. I probably should have gone back and bought already, but I felt confident, and you're going to see how, like, I feel really confident. So I've got enough gold. I've got a little over 3,500 gold. Normally, I would go ahead and finish off the Black Cleaver. But Death Stance is 3,500 gold. You can see me sit here and think about what I'm wanting to buy. And I go ahead and buy Death Stance. And I basically just spend all my gold. I just couldn't turn down the opportunity to go ahead and get a full item like Death Stance that offers me the healing as well as damage reduction and cooldown reduction. It was just too tempting for me to turn down, so I decided I'd pick up Black Cleaver on my next comeback. Go ahead and toss down a ward here, cover my backside, and start cranking on this tower. I always try and clear out the minions first around the tower, because that'll get my minions attacking the tower as well. And that's just extra added damage, so anytime you can get rid of their minions as fast as possible, and just crack down their turret. I mean, it was straightforward, it was easy. Go ahead and steal anytime I can steal some jungle from the enemy team, that's always a plus. And then we're going to come back down to mid lane because they don't have the tower now, the tier 1 to protect them, so I can come in on their backside. And I'm hoping here that my team will see me coming into this fight and help out. And as you can see, they do. I managed to pull through their ranks, dealing some damage. Lux lands a nice ult and pops a few of them. And I'm happy with it. Now I'll go ahead and take some of these shots. I'm not too worried about what he's going to toss out. If Vi goes in, that means I got to go in and get this Vi out by herself. Get a kill. I see Zed. I got to go back to kill. Not quite fast enough. He does get the Lux. But I do look to try and kill for my squishies as much as I possibly can. I was actually laughing about that Mordekaiser right there as he's walking back towards the tower. I knew he was going to try and pull me into the tower. Those are things you got to pay attention to. You know your enemy champs. I knew he was going to try and pull me in there. I simply just pull back and don't let him do it. Here, this is crazy. That Mordekaiser ulted me right there. I'm almost full health. He's less than half health, and he ults me to try and fight me in a 1v1. And it really just surprised me. I couldn't believe he actually did that. It was a free kill. Now, this is damage dealing time. Kills. This Zed just full rushes in. Crazy to me. I don't know why he did it. I want this guy pretty bad. I'm not too worried about what the tower is going to do to me at this point. I'm pretty able to withstand the damage. I see Mordekaiser coming. I decide I ain't going back yet, even though I probably should. I decide I'm going to stick out. Here's a moment I should go back to base. I decide I don't want 12-0-1, 159 farm. I'm happy. And as you can see, I can refill my health points, right? This dance is amazing for refilling, you know, me back to full health. So I decide, screw it. I'm going to stick around and go after this turret. If he gets in my range or Lux lands a stun on her, then I'm going to absolutely take the opportunity. Cho'Gath, he just sticks in, right? He thinks he's invincible. And he sticks in a fight where he really, really shouldn't. I I think this is where I'm gonna. If my ulti's up, no, it's not up yet, but I'm going to. Watch me in a second. I'm gonna throw my ulti out in the dark. Hope I can catch somebody being lazy. I didn't catch anybody. That's all right. We'll go ahead and take out the end. And still, I continue to push and push and push without going back to base. And at this point, I'm sitting on a lot of gold. Go ahead and back up. I want them to come out and fight. And that's exactly what they're going to do. So, that Jhin just can't seem to land his stun to save his life. Nico landed a fair amount, but it's just not good enough. Keep in mind, I'm not kill chasing here. Right? If they get in my range, I'll go ahead and take them out. But I'm not going to chase after unnecessary kills and put my team in danger, put myself in unnecessary danger. And in doing so, by constantly killing that, I maintain my health and I maintain the ability to pick up these kills. And this is going to end the game. Like, they don't even want to come out and fight anymore. They're just done. They're over it. I'm sitting on, like, I don't know, 6,700 gold at this point. I'm sitting on a lot of gold. And it was just a walk in the park. One of my better games, 17-0 on him. I've had better kill games, but to not have any deaths and to be sitting on really just 2 full items the entire time. I mean, we're talking about 26 minutes in. That was pretty good, pretty easy. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'll probably be posting some more here in the future.